And we're back.
I said I have.
Yeah, unfortunately, the track cleanup is taking a bit longer than expected. So there is a bit of a lull in the action. I'm sure the crews are giving last-minute instructions to their drivers. I'm sure everybody's telling their drivers to take it easy on that turn one. Nobody's winning the race. Just getting to that turn one. That's probably going to be where the excitement might take over, and we might have some incidents.
I'm moving it around.
This track I was mentioning, it's very challenging. Basically, the S's from turn 7 all the way down to the traditional turn 11 are all really connected. So if you get it right, it really rewards you. But if you do get it wrong, it's a very good possibility that you're going to get passed in the braking zones. For this weekend, we're actually going to be running the Indy format. It's not the traditional turn 10 going into 11. We're going to be basically going down the Indy chute, and then from there on out, they're going to have a short run to what was traditionally turn 11, so which makes it basically turn 13 in this format. We just checked in with the track officials, and they are not giving us an ETA on when to start. Looking at the track equipment, the cars that were cleaning the track, are exiting the pits. There's one last sweeper left on turn 11. I think they're basically trying to suck up as much of the oil sorb as possible. We have the Indy chicane that got cleaned up already, so that's looking good. I see a last tow truck going down towards the pits, so hopefully we get all of them cleared out and get this race started. Drivers are still buckled up in their race cars on the hot pits. Welcome back, race fans. Here we go. So engines have started. We have our pace car leading the field. They're, I'm sure, super excited because they had to sit on the hot pits for extra 15 minutes while the track got cleaned up. But they finally get to go on the track, and they're going to go one lap under yellow flags, get everybody's tires warmed up and get the fluids up to temp. Check the brakes and get them up to temp. As you see, cars are weaving, trying to build some temps in their tires. This track is a natural road course, has elevation, ups and downs, very picturesque right about this time of the year. The hills are still green. Today is a 2-hour enduro. So we'll see at right about 45 minutes to about an hour and 15 minutes is basically the pit window. Some teams will have driver changes. Other ones will just go with one driver. They're making their way past turn 7 through the S's. Today's race will be the IndyCar format. So as they go through turn 8 and then 9, they'll actually go down the chute, the IndyCar chute, and then basically circumvent the traditional turn 9. As you see them going down, that's the Indy straight, Indy short chute. which makes a great place to pass. So in addition to the traditional turn 7 and 11, which is now turn 13, we're going to get the Indy chute for a third place for passing under heavy braking. So cars are winding their way through the track. So the pace car sought fit to do a second pace lap. I don't know if that pace car felt like the track was still too slick for a start, or just because how cold it is this morning, they want to make sure that everybody gets at least a couple of laps under their belt before they start. Okay, the pace car is headed to turn 7. Looks like the lights are still on the pace car. A couple of fast BMW E46 M3s leading the pack here. All right, now the pace car has turned off its lights, so the pace car will pull off. And if they line up right, we should get a green flag this time around. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the next 2 hours worth of door handle to door handle racing. This should get exciting. The first few laps, between the track being slippery with a cold morning and the potential remnants of some oil on the track, should make for some leery moves if anybody's going to move up the field wanting to get a quick start. They're rounding turn 13, lining up for the start. And here we go. We have green, green, green. So we have a proper start to the 2025 United States Touring Car Championship season. And here we go. We have green, green, green. So we have a proper start to the 2025 United States Touring Car Championship season. Cars are going up around turn 1, headed up the hill. Everybody seems to be behaving themselves. No heavy side-by-side racing. You can see the tires are still kind of cold. There's some movement in the car. That'll get settled down in a couple of 3 laps. Everybody's made it through good so far. No issues, no contact. I think they are truly listening to their pits and taking it easy the first few laps, and knowing that it's a 2-hour-long race and nobody's going to win it after lap 1. First set of cars are now just coming through the carousel. There are some passes being done already. The slower cars are going to basically go to the back of the pack. And then after a while, they will get lapped. Some of the faster cars that didn't do so well qualifying yesterday will be coming through the field. So we have our first side-by-side going through the S's so far. And again, way too early to be this aggressive, but I guess they're having fun, and let the heavy racing begin. Here we go, going into the IndyCar chicane. We have another pass back. Donahue in that Corvette is going by some slower cars, going up the hill to turn 2. That car's a handful with the massive horsepower that it has, but it seems to be behaving very, very well. It's not sliding around. We have Andy Chittum going up through turn 3A right now. You have some of the touring cars. Sam is still reading the GT group. And Rob Harper is leading the Super Touring class. The leader in Super Touring class is Rob Harper in that red, white, and blue BMW E90. I could kind of hear a bit of a chatter from his front splitter. He might have either had an incident or he might be having a bit of a mechanical issue. The leader in touring class is Andy Chittum. Andy is the orange Miata leading the field. One of the interesting notes about this weekend is we have an entire family that is racing. So the father, the mother, the daughter, and the son all racing. The mother and the daughter are in the Civic in the Sportsman class, and they will be switching off midway. But the father, Ali Arsham, and the son, Reza Arsham, are in the two Hyundai Genesis. They're both in the touring class, and they're actually battling head to head. So this is going to be a very interesting family battle. See who gets on the podium. We have double yellow flags, so it's full course yellow. Pace cars back out in the field trying to grab the front of the pack, bunch them up again. At this stage of the race, it's too early for any teams to make their pit stop. They will not be able to make it on gas. So the strategy won't play into this yellow flag. Pace car has definitely slowed down the field while they address there was an incident on turn 8. So they're addressing that.
Watch the show that's about real car builds. Road trips to meet real legends. Real garage projects, real tool reviews, and lots of real fun along the way. Watch Real Garage with Andy. Just visit YouTube and search for Real Garage with Andy.
Right, the safety car has turned off its lights. Some of the drivers drove through the oil sorb, so it kind of kicked it out, which would be good because next time around they're going to go through it in anger. And we're getting ready to go green flag again. Here we go, folks. Let's do another try. See if we can get this race off again to a start. Green flag is out. They go around turn 1, up the hill towards turn 2. No incidents so far. Again, Sam in that blue Corvette still leading GT. And Rob is leading the Super Touring in his BMW E90. Now going through turn 3 and 3A, headed for turn 4. We have Andy Chittum leading the touring class, followed by Reza Arsham and then Ali Arsham. And Tim Hunter is in 4th place in his Volvo. And we have Tom Lepper leading the Sportsman class now, followed by Marion Engelke. As you see, the oil sorb gets kicked up when they go through it, so some drivers are avoiding the racing line just so they don't have to deal with that oil sore, but it'll go away in a lap or two, no big deal. Oh, that track is still slick. That Corvette almost overshot the Indy chicane, but he was able to gather it up. Folks in the pits are ready and roaring to go. It'll probably be in about 15 to 30 minutes before anybody would need to come in for the pits. The yellow flags, I'm sure, helped stretch out that fuel mileage. All right, we have the touring car leader, orange Miata, going through turn 4, followed by the leader in GT, Donahue, in the blue Corvette. The blue Corvette's about to, in the GT class, about to lap the leader in touring. And then, of course, they're getting intermingled with the Sportsman, which are getting lapped for the second time. And we're just shy of an hour into this race, so another hour to go. Basically, the pit window at this point is open. So I think the logic, the strategy would be to either pit early and basically get it out of the way. And if they're going to put in a hot shoe, put in your faster driver in there. Or go long if you have the faster driver and be able to have a light fill and go to the end of the race by keeping the weight as low as possible on your now old tires. So we'll see what strategies the different teams deploy. And of course, another advantage of going longer is to get lucky with a yellow flag and be able to get a cheap pit stop out of it. So here we have Donahue. The car that he passed was shown the blue flag, the passing flag, and going up the hill. This turn 1 at Sonoma is very interesting. You basically are getting literally pushed out of the track and headed for the sky, and then you have literally no view of where the track goes. And then as you get to the top of turn 2, the car gets very, very light. It's basically an off camber once you hit that apex. It gets very, very light. You do just some light braking, and then you go through the carousel. The carousel is just an amazing turn. The car gets very compressed, but because there is banking there, you can actually really push it hard. And it's absolutely key to get on the throttle early. Hit the apexes right, which is a late apex there at the bottom of the carousel, and wind it out. Use as much of the road coming out of it as possible, because headed up the hill to turn 7 is a passing zone. So the more momentum you carry, as you see Reza passing Tim Hunter, it is a momentum, and there you go. So Tim was able to defend that position very well going into turn 7. Good job on him. The double apex coming out of turn 7. And here we go with the S's down the back. These are all strung together. You better get them right at the beginning, because if you miss one, then you're off for the rest of them. And as you see here, the line was tighter for Reza, and he's going to go for the inside going into the Indy chicane. And that lighter Volvo was able to hold him off. It's a front-wheel drive, rear-wheel drive battle between the Volvo and the Genesis. Here we have the leader in the touring class, Andy Chittum, in the orange Miata, headed up the hill. Today is a nice crisp 75 degrees outside, so this will be well received. And of course, in the cockpit itself, where it gets really hot, the cooler air helps. And probably don't need to run any cool suits or anything of that sort to keep themselves cool. The Rose Construction BMW in the GT class is rounding turn 7. He was hoping to get around the touring car before you got into the S's, but Reza's a pretty quick shoe here, so he'll probably hold him off. And then here goes Daniel into the Indy chicane for a pass. That's a very good place to pass. And then, of course, Ali does the same thing to Marion Engelke, get around her to keep Reza in sight. That was pretty smart of him. As you can see, that car was starting to slide around. And of course, McColligan does the same thing to Tim Hunter. Oh, something seems to be wrong with that Volvo, but I think he's gathered it back up again. That Volvo of Tim Hunter has raced in the past with United States Touring Car Championship. So this is its second time around in the series. Tim raced with us in Portland last year, and he is going to be doing the full season. So you will see him. Tim's been around. He's started his career way back when, as most of us took some time off, life and career, etc., and he's been back racing since 2015. So it's great to have him join the United States Touring Car Championship, and love the look of that car. That car actually won the championship when it raced United States Touring Car in the past.
Those issues addressed, and he can really make this into an interesting race. This is the best part of the endurance races, just right down to the wire.
All right, folks, 15 minutes to go. So this is even half of a sprint race, if you will. Just to recap, we have Sam Stoll leading the race in the Corvette, followed by Rose Construction BMW E46. The hottest battle, arguably, is the Sportsman between Becky Arsham, followed less than a straightaway by McColligan, who's in that Civic.
He is definitely making his way up there.
Ron, that Civic does not sound that healthy.
It does not, and I kind of figured right out of the gate he would probably go. He's definitely looks like, I think he's got some sort of mechanical. Several years ago, we were here doing an endurance race, and the last several laps we lost a wheel bearing, and I just had to nurse that car as best as I could, and maybe something similar is going on, because like I said, we haven't really seen anything obvious.
Those are the challenges of an endurance race, right? And vastly different than a sprint race where it's just go, go, go. So we're looking at the touring class, and the touring class is status quo for now. Nothing has changed so far. Same scenario as before. Ali Arsham is making his way, and as I speak, man, the curse of the broadcaster is alive and well. Sam Stoll's Corvette is just creepy crawling towards turn 13. He probably just had a mechanical. This is going to get Daniel Rose just enough time to catch up and pass him. So here we have
it looks
close
like
battle between the Civic and the Miata.
And Andy just made that quick. He made it easy, and it looks like he got around McColligan.
Marianne was hoping that he would hold him up a bit more, but she just got held up by Hunter.
Volvo, yeah.
So they come out of it even, Steven.
Super touring leader.
Rob Harper and Daniel Rose are just saying, you know what? It's been 2 hours. Let's have some fun. They're passing each other back and forth. This is proper interclass racing.
Absolutely.
They're not even in the same class. After 2 hours, I think they just want to play with each other on the track.
Well, either that or Daniel just wants to get another position.
Well, Daniel was actually ahead of Rob the last lap. So either he made a mistake or Rob is going, well, these tires are done.
Yeah,
once
he gets
pressure,
his fun, it's a hard thing to go.
Yes,
and
it is.
Look, you can see it.
So Daniel's now going on the inside of him, going up to turn 3 and 3A, and he got him actually. So going into turn 4, Daniel's got him. Let's see if Rob will make a point to come back at him.
Yeah, but this is interclass racing, like you said.
Is.
So that is a GT car getting around a super touring car. So it's to be expected, and it was nice to see Rob let him go and let him.
I don't know if Rob let him go. This is the part where boys will be boys. Here we go. They're going into the chicane, nose to tail, folks. This is again leader in GT and leader in super touring,
and they are very close.
So Niki Tam got out of the way. They're still nose to tail. They're going so hard at it.
Oh,
Daniel Rose just blew through the first quarter.
Oh no, he's like.
All right, looking for any other battles that are hotting up, if you will, going towards the close. Cars are still holding steady. No new mechanical issues to report, if you will. So Becky Arsham is running away with the Sportsman after being very heated up early. It went through almost 3 stages of Lepper leading it by a lot, and then a close battle between Marianne and the Civic, Michael McColligan. They swap back and forth. only to then have mechanicals. And Niki Arsham at the time took full advantage of it and got by them all.
And a lot of credit has to go to Niki for making it a good drive. And the white flag is out, last lap.
Here we go, folks. 2 hours plus.
And this
These
is
guys are, I'm sure, very happy to see the flag. Daniel Rose and Rob Harper are nose to tail, still going hammer and tongues.
And we
Rob
just
is trying to jump on the inside of him for the chicane and the
this is
Indy
Bracken.
chicane. Oh!
He's got a big
Lawrence slide coming out of the Indy chicane.
He full on drifted it going
Those
out.
tires are done, folks. He's gonna use the cords on those tires, let alone the carcass.
Yeah, that is the first thing they're going to do is take
Here we
those
go.
things off. And,
Is
down.
Daniel going to get the checkered flag, or is it the first time around he's going by the white flag? Let's see. That's your overall leader, the black BMW E46. No, they're going
Last
through the
lap.
white flag. They have one more lap, folks, to figure this out. So we have Becky Arsham locking up the rears going into the Indy chicane. That's your leader in the Sportsman.
Becky,
she will get the checkered flag going through it this time around. I'm looking at the flagger. They're still waving the white flag. Let's see if Becky will be the first one to get it, or she will go one more lap also. Trying to pick up the leader here.
So they're coming down the
Andy is significantly closing that gap, folks. He is going to make a full run at Ollie Arsham here. Ollie is into the chicane, the Indy chicane. Goes through cleanly. Andy's closing visually on Ollie Arsham here. There's probably about 100 yards, less than that, probably about 50 yards between them going into turn 11. Ollie's going to just leave it for the last second to break. Andy's going to use the lightness of that Miata. He is closing. Oh my God, he's got a faster car jumping on the side of him. He blocks him out. He is almost nose to tail with Ali. The checker flag is out. Here we go. They go to the flag. They're the first ones to take the flag. Ali's going to be able to hold him off. Oh my goodness. Wow, what a close finish. Holy cow. 2 hours, and we got about 10 feet between first and second place over there. Oh my goodness.
And I think you can probably say good job to all these drivers for keeping it up.
So we have Daniel Rose that went through, so he got first place in GT. Rob Harper went through, he got first place in Super Touring. We got our touring guys that went through. All we have left is for Becky Arsham to come around and get her checkered flag as far as Sportsman. She's headed down to turn 13 for the last time. The car is looking good, it's looking healthy, and let's wait for her to come around turn 13 and take her checkered flag. Folks, if you missed the beginning, it was a slow start because of some oil spillage, but it got heated up. And here goes Becky going through the checkered flag.
Congratulations.
That was one hell of a race, one hell of a way to start the season, Ron.
And what a hell of a Mother's Day.
Absolutely. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. Wish you have the best year ahead of you. Thanks for joining us on this broadcast. Sorry we had a power outage, but Murphy's Law. If something can go wrong, will go wrong. But we definitely have the can-do attitude. So we hooked it up to some batteries and gave you the best show possible. So hope you enjoyed it. Join us. We're going to have live broadcast the entire season, and we'll do our best to share the action with you as it happens. And of course, we have rebroadcasts on YouTube. So thanks again for joining us. Hope you had a fantastic time. And have a great rest of your weekend.